Za to wyleczymy twoje szmery w sercu, zamiast czekać, co z nich wyniknie. Głupie dziecko. Jej mózg żywi się moim snem. Całą noc liczysz owce? Hipoteka. Kłopoty z samochodem. Fajna długa rodzina. Dziwny guz.
Mam tę moc. Mam tę moc. Wejdę ci może pod górę. Drzemalu? Krysia, mam tę moc.
Nie skutkuj. Nie skutkuje. Parszywy, bezwartościowy. Jaki cudowny sen. Dziękuję ci, metasorwizor, prawda, tu znany pod nazwą Drzemala. W nocy ktoś wyżarł wszystko z lodówki. Może to ten, kto przywiązał psu łapy do auta. I ułożył domino z kaset wideo. Homer, ty to zdominowałeś. Głupoty gadasz. Gdybym ułożył to domino, miałbym dominowe ochraniacze na kolana. To ty. Jak to możliwe? Czytałam, że ludzie robią dziwne rzeczy we śnie, kiedy zaszyją palto z Widzisz, może powodować suchość w ustach, wahania nastrojów i nocne wygłupy. Wahania nastrojów.
Pizdol.
Drzemalu, znów ci się udało i wszystko jest jak być powinno. John Lennon? Yoko? Anna Parkaro robiąc rol figur woskowych. Dziękuję. Dlaczego krzywdzi pan laleczki? Synu, wujek Homer jest jak 80% Amerykan. Ogłupiony prochami na receptę. Ale to ćpa przegrywa. Mylisz prochy z prochami.
To ma puzzle, wiesz? Mam tę moc.
Nie przestaniesz grać, śpiuję, bo jestem zestresowany. Mam twoje dzieci i zero kasy. Dlaczego nie zero dzieci i troje kasy?
Mountain.
Dlaczego śpię, kiedy tuż obok jest wszędzie każdy tatuaż? Gruby, podatny na sugestie dawnych są.
Gruby pomysł.
Zombie, chociaż wyjść ci się bawić. Zombie zabić, nie bawić. Zombie złożyć skargę.
Halo? Halo, poczekaj. No. Co? Nie, jestem, nie śpię.
Powiedz mi, idziesz do roboty dzisiaj?
No, na nockę.
A oddałbyś mi chorobowe?
No nie ma problemu. No to ten... No chyba, że podjeść abyś. No.
Ile ci mogę przywieźć?
No obojętnie, ja jestem w domu, gram na konsoli, to możesz kiedy chcesz.
No to dobra, to ja już tam jadę, łebę tylko do domu i...
No dobra, ja będę wypatrywał za tobą. Ja tu akurat mam okno na ten, wiesz, na furtkę to będę patrzył za tobą.
A tam pod dom ci podjadę.
No, to pod furtkę, no to ja tu będę patrzył, ja cię będę widział.
Sygnała.
No dobra, okej. Dobra. No na razie, hej. Mam temu. Mam temu. Mam temu. 아니요. tables, my tables. If you said food was close, Monte food vamos, Monte valeramos, Monte vamos. Monte mom.
Jump on the train, beefy pants city. Somebody's day is about to get really shitty. Live your life to the luck of the draw. Pucker up and suck face with a friend I call Lucille. Ballin' like a dude named Negan. That's because my name is Negan. Sexy motherfucker with a baseball bat. Put your shitty pants on and dance. Apocalyptic Santa with a present for Rick. Loving life, taking half of your shit. What you gonna do about it? Softy McDick face. Ballin' like a dude named Negan. That's because my name is Negan. Sexy motherfucker with a baseball bat. Put your shitty pants on and dance. Ballin' like a dude named Negan.
Brutal, terror-filled episode yet. I don't know, according to a lot of people. That's what they're saying.
You know, they say that every year. And we say this will be worse. And they're like, yeah, right. And then it is.
It is. What was your reaction to knowing that Glenn and Abraham were gone?
Well, I found out last year that it was coming. And they're really good friends of mine. So, I was bummed about it. And it's hard when you lose anyone on the show, but when you lose characters like that, it's super awful.
And reactions from fans overnight has been pretty intense. People are traumatized, really traumatized. Have you read their social media?
A little bit, not a lot. I read something and it was like, Daryl, how could you?
Yes.
And I was like, oh, thanks, Jeffrey. Thanks a whole lot for that shout out last night on Talking Dead. Yeah, we talked about that on the car, and he was like, I'm just going to blame you. And then he did it, and I was like, man. Mostly it's just, hate towards you.
It's mostly.
I mean, that's really tweets I'm sending.
Thank you very much.
And then how does it feel to wake up being you this morning and having all of that hate overnight?
Well, I don't know. I haven't read anything this morning.
But
I'm just here with you. So, look, it's part of the deal, and I'm going to either blame it on Norman, which is a firm truth, and then there's also...
You mean Daryl, not Norman.
I mean Daryl. Yeah.
Let's not...
But you said Jeffrey earlier.
I did that on purpose.
But really, it's the writers when you think about it.
What was your reaction when you found out that you were going to be killing these guys?
Well, as a fan of the show, I was bummed because I think that they're great actors, and then you meet them and they're such great guys. And I didn't know last year when we did my initial scene that those were going to be the victims. I didn't know until, we came back that those were going to be the two guys. And, it's a big part of the show that's gone, and I think the show's going to take an initial hit not having them around anymore, and I'm going to take a lot of the blame. That being said, I think it's going to propel the new storyline, and hopefully it'll be great.
Mm-hmm. You said that you didn't want to play Negan as a straight up bad guy, but how is that possible when he's so unrelentingly?
But in this world, how do you know who is necessarily a good? I mean, how do you differentiate it? If you're just trying to keep people alive and keep yourself alive in this world, it's hard to differentiate the good and the bad. Because, Daryl and Rick and the rest of the survivors have done some pretty horrendous things over the course of time. And Negan has done the same. He's just got a certain flair that kind of...
I like your defense. Okay.
Thank you.
A certain flair.
It's the one thing I got. It's the only thing I got to go.
Were you ever worried it was going to be Daryl?
Yeah, we're always worried.
Right? Is it every day? Yeah.
I mean, to think about you do it with a smile on your face, but when I bazookaed all your men on the motorcycles, I was kind of
That's
thinking,
right. You were smiling too. You thought it was awesome.
So sick.
And that was only, you took out like 10 of my guys in one swoop and thought it was
I was
awesome.
way more efficient than you.
Way more efficient. I only took out like 2.
So who's the real bad guy here?
Well, this is what I'm trying to say.
Right. Yeah, no, I see. I get it. All along.
Remember when Rick ripped the throat out of a dude with his teeth? No one bats an eye. Negan hits a couple people with a little baseball bat, and all of a sudden he's the worst person in the world. Come on.
I masz, babo, placek. Mam telefon. O kurde.
Walking Dead. We're here live, thousands of people in the iconic Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Los Angeles, California for a 90-minute episode of Talking Dead. Everyone's here. It just started raining right after the death. So...
Leave the show, but certainly rough. He gets to me. Yeah. And this episode was, it was just what it was. It was a kind of, it was 9 days of sort of breaking a man, you know. You saw at the beginning, I thought they did a great job with the chronology. It really is raining.
It really is. Well, I know, but just the conditions that you guys normally work under, we couldn't have a show without something getting in the way to make it challenging.
Take our jackets off.
Yeah, do you want to hear? I'll grab an umbrella. I'll grab some umbrellas for you guys.
We actually called this.
Here you go.
Yeah, Jeffrey called it, actually.
Yeah, I'm a full-service television host. Like, I'll bring you umbrellas, whatever you need.
This is a...
Yeah. No, I don't need one. I want to feel... I want to be cleansed.
To answer your question, it was unbearable, and I had to go back home and sleep for a week after the film, and it was rough.
So what is it? What do you think it means now that Stephen and Michael have left?
Well, what do you guys think? I mean, I campaign every time we hear that somebody's going to leave the show, but certainly with these two guys are like great leaders in their own right. They're so funny. They bring so much humor to the show and to the set, and but you know, Mikey is just an awesome presence, and what he did with that facial hair and what he did with that character was astonishing. But Stephen is my brother, man. He was a huge, devastating loss for me, you know, and for everybody else, you know.
Yeah, I mean, as I pointed out before, I mean, this isn't really just a job for these people. They are kind of isolated in rural Georgia. They spend most of their time together. It's incredibly emotional. Lauren, how do you think this is going to change the dynamic of what's happening at this point?
I mean, it's changed the dynamic for us on the show already, obviously, and then what will come this season. And I think suitably, the gravity of losing these two has galvanized us and has had such a crazy effect on all of us. And it's, I don't even know how to put it into words. I'm just like on my timer up until...
Znaczy, no w sumie tylko ten, bo tam pisało 96 zł, a nie 92, nie to 96 tam było za Polsat. Myślę, że... Aha, no bo myślałem, że coś tam... No, 96, no to ten, no to przelałem właśnie już ten to. No to... No, ja to ten, no to przelane już jest, także ten, to spoko. Aha, dobra. Nie no ten, no przelane, no cześć, no.
I cry, basically. So...
We've got a sweepstake.
Yeah, we've got a sweepstake. People should start...
You know, the rain will disguise the tears.
I like the Mary Poppins vibe, actually, that's happening today. It's going to give us a cheery knot. Anyway, I think that we can all say, you know, after shooting that episode at least, that it was a whole new frontier for us. And, you know, Michael and Stephen both being such pillars in the show and such strong men in the show, it's like the responsibility left to everyone else to uphold the lessons learned from them. Sure. And the you know, the love and the strength and the structure that they created. It's yeah, I probably said this better in my head.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's a very strange. It's very strange because, you know, you guys have been sitting with us for a year. About a year, I think you guys have known this. I didn't find out what had happened until last night. And in that moment, in the end, especially with Glenn, when he said, I will find you, and then there was an audible, like a screech from the audience of just like getting punched in the gut. What do you think he was saying in that moment?
I heard that, actually. I heard everybody scream at that part. I mean, I feel like they're, in this life or the next, they're star-crossed lovers. I mean, there's no time and place doesn't erase that. I think that, I'll find you, I'll be with you, I'll watch over you, I'll watch over the baby, I'll be there. I just, I'll find you.
It's all right to cry. I mean, it's sad, As I always say, when we do these panels, if anyone gets emotional, I say it's nice for the audience to know that you guys care as much as they do. It's nice to know that it means as much to you and it's not just a job. Do you feel any sense of relief now in being able to talk about the premiere and not be... Because all summer long, people are like, who did Negan kill? And I'm like, I don't know, let me go. So for you, is there a sense of relief?
It was almost like a sacred process, going through these 2 episodes and creating them together in this way. And, a lot of it was us literally powerless on our knees in the gravel and going through something, I don't even know if in the time I've been on the show, something that painful, that emotionally draining, and just to that extent, it really has been something to hold. We've been holding it together, really, for a very long time. In terms of the response of everyone wanting to know, it was a hell of a cliffhanger. So people have been coming at us in every which way. Like, they see you in New York, they're like, oh, so you're in New York right now. And then they see you in Atlanta, they're like, oh, so you're
She just posted a picture on Instagram from this, so that must mean...
You were up in
doing all the events in your head.
And, so they're trying to kind of get you, sometimes people try to get you to give up on something, or so when they say something like that, and you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. So you always have to, pull back, but there've been a lot of moments.
And it's also not the last moment to come. Norman, do you have anything to say to everyone who might be devastated right now?
Well, first off, hi. What's up?
I've said this before. Whenever Norman speaks, 20% of you get pregnant. That's how that works.
That's a lot of...
A lot of babies. You and Andy are pregnant right now.
Yeah, we are.
But, I want to raise a glass to you guys because, you know what I mean? I probably wasn't supposed to bring alcohol out here, but after that episode. But, we are such a close family, and you can feel it in the air from everybody here, and you guys are our family too, and we do suffer for this show, and it means a lot to us, and to feel that is kind of awesome. So to you guys,
Coming up, we're going to be joined by executive producers Robert Kirkman and Scott and Gimple. Later in the show, Steve Young and Michael Cullitz will both join us out here live with the rest of the cast. Still got a lot to go through. We'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to Talking Dead. The rain has stopped a little bit. Even a light drizzle in Los Angeles is like a rain-pocalypse. We're not good with rain. Joining us now are executive producers Robert Kirkman and Scott M. Gimple. When did you guys know? How long ago was this planned?
Ooh, it was a while, right?
It was a good while.
How many years was it? 2?
It was definitely inside 2 years.
Yeah.
Though there were little choose-your-own-adventure sort of pockets that could delay or accelerate stuff.
So what went into the creative process? Because really, for the fans of the show, a lot of this was finding out what happened. But for the story of the show, this was about Negan breaking the leader of this other group, breaking Rick down. So what was the creative process behind how, what tools Negan was going to do to you to do that?
Well, I think the hardest thing about it was thinking about when starting the script, what would break Rick, and then taking it further. It was all in the book in issue 100, but looking for a way to break the audience too, not in a way that is in any way to hurt them, but for them to believe that Rick Grimes would be under the thumb of Negan,
right?
That he would go through an experience that would do that to him, that the audience would go through the experience too, so that they would believe that Rick could do what this guy says.
And and the whole thing of playing off that's the look I'm looking for. He doesn't have the look yet. He still wants to kill me, and then seeing in the end that he's been completely subjugated, basically. I mean, and I really honestly thought the thing from the comic was going to jump to the show. Did you almost cut off Carl's arm? Was that something that you guys were going to do, or?
There were a lot of variations of that were discussed, and we're not ruling it out for the future. But look, I think more than anything, the introduction of Negan, as heartbreaking as it is and how gut-wrenching as it is, was really just to set the stage in a way of saying, this show, this story isn't going anywhere. We still have a lot more to do. It has to be resolved. We feel like after as many years as we've been doing this, we just wanted to send a clear message, that we are just getting started and there is a lot that's going to be coming from this.
This is from Facebook from Candace B. Deny, what was going through Michonne's head when Negan is telling Rick to cut off Carl's arm?
It's devastating. It was utterly devastating because she's so helpless, and these are the two people she loves the most in the world, and she cannot do anything. She's done the math. She